Okay, so I know it's been like around 2 weeks since I last posted, but I really don't really have a video plan. I do have a video plan. It's gonna be a big one, but it probably won't happen until April, like somewhere around there. But I won't say like what I'm doing, but this video is just gonna essentially be a not really a sword guide, but like more of like a mindset or like tips that could like really help you. And I'm only doing this really just because my last one, like bro, my last sword guide did very very good for some reason, and I honestly wasn't expecting that. But again, I do want to say before I give any tips, I'm only low tier 3. I have fought many low tier 2s. I've even fought sharpness, even retired low tier 2s, and I fought like plenty of like high tier 3s and low tier 3s. You lose some, you win some. So I do have pretty much like some experience of fighting high tier players. So I do have credibility in what I say. Alright, so I'm gonna use this clip for the critting segment, just because this is a old clip, but I think it has some values for this topic itself. So what a lot of people don't talk about usually in like guides and stuff is basically when to use the stuff. So as you can see, he's like probably 8 blocks away from me, and he does a little jump, and then as you can see, like I do have radius on, but that's besides the point. But I already knew that like once I jump from this point, from like right here, he jumps, and if I jump, I'm gonna be in his range, and it's gonna be like around a 2.9 2.8 crit block that I'm gonna be able to hit him from. So boom, I jump, and as you see, I'm in his circle, I'm in his radius. You can use this as like just to teach you like reach and stuff, but I currently don't play with it anymore. This clip is pretty old, but as you see, I crit him, and he's in the air, and I know he's gonna crit me back, so he crits me, and I crit him again. And then I just miss a lot of my shots, and then he comes in for another crit. I basically disable that, and I crit him again. So from this point, from how far he is, I can already tell that if I jump right now and I do a full sprint jump, I'll be able to crit him. Boom. And his mistake was trying to jump. I don't know what I think he was trying to peek crit or something. But boom, I hit him again. I'm just peek critting him now, and he's kind of just in shambles, honestly. As you can see, like he's running back, doing this just so I can be in his range. So I can see I'm consistently staying in his range. I'm just making sure that he's not able to leave his range, and he's kind of just freaking out. Yep. Okay, so we're gonna use this clip as the next segment for it. And honestly, I'm pretty bad at explaining things, so I'm gonna try to like draw it out just so you guys can get like a better way of understanding what I'm talking about. So as you can see, I'm coming in, and I'm not gonna do a long jump. I'm waiting for him, and we both jump. I get the first crit off. He actually didn't crit me. He actually just sprint hitting me. But because he actually, I think that was a sweep hit, but because he didn't crit me, I didn't take like that much knockback. So I just continued to hold space, and I peek critted him. And as you see here, I'm just trying to crit him. I don't know how I missed that. Boom, there's the crit. So from right here, so from right here, I could tell that I'm already gonna be in his range, and just from his playstyle, I could tell that he's gonna jump into my range. So I decided to jump first. Boom, I get the first crit. He crits me, and then I peek crit him. And then basically from here, I'm just trying to peek crit because he's a very laggy player. And as you see, when I'm doing this, when I'm critting him, oh snap. As you see, like when I'm critting him, and it looks like he's winning the trade, but he's really not, because I'm just critting him continuously, so he's just taking more damage in the long game. So as you can see here, I'm just peek critting him, and then I realized that my health was getting low, so I stopped critting, and I ended up finishing him with the combo. Alright, so here's the simplifying segment that I was talking about, but I'm just gonna make this quick. So usually, for me personally, critting should only be used at the start of a fight, or to set up a combo, or to basically just chip off damage. So essentially, if you're here and the opponent's here, if you guys are like probably 5 blocks apart, and they're like kind of walking into your range, you should then try to go for a crit. And this would usually allow you to get the first crit off. Just always be prepared for a peek crit, and just prepare for anything after that, because they can always deflect, peek crit. Just always have a plan in mind after you get that first crit. Oh my, this is a terrible drawing. But anyways, I also just want to say, if you're like directly at them and you guys are like very close, and if you want to crit, that's fine, because I've seen multiple people do this before where they take no KB and they crit back. Lots of time people's like they get critted, like they get crit, and then they hold S for like 1 second, so they go back a little bit, and with the momentum that you get when you go forwards, they jump and then crit. But if you're like very close to them and you want to crit them, just make sure you always add a streak to it, just so you get like a higher chance of critting them, and just so they won't be able to hit you back. Okay, I also just want to say one more thing for critting. If you realize that they're in a combo, like I'm just gonna say this, regardless, you should always be using crits in a combo, even if you want the clip to look good. But if you realize that they're holding S a lot, you can always just crit them just to stun them, or you can follow up with their when they hold S and then crit them. That's a very good way to like stopping their momentum and like just holding them from like basically going back even more. Alright, this segment is gonna be pretty fast, but essentially just to summarize this, for me personally, from my experience, jump resetting should only be used for if the spacing of the opponent is very bad, and if even if he's at like S tapping, if his spacing is still bad and you can still hit him, always use jump resetting. But if their spacing is very good and they have very good S taps, which I've faced many times, always just hold S. Just like in my last sword guide video, just always hold S. So as you can see, this is the fight. I'm going in for crits. He gets me 2 times, and I P critted him, and he hits me again, so I P crit him again. I'm getting in a combo. I realized that he's gonna get the first hit off, and that my jump was very bad. So I just held S with the jump. Boom, and he hits me 2 times. I think that was a 4 block, honestly, but I can't really tell. As you can see, I'm just critting him now just so I can chip away his health. And I'm using movement now, and I'm also jump resetting. So every time he hits me, I take like no KB. Boom, and I jump reset right there. Boom. And I basically finished the fight. If you want to jump reset in combos, just always delay your hit, to be honest. Like, always delay your hits, or just try to predict. Like, once I got him in this combo over here, like, I could tell when he was gonna hit back. I could tell when I was in his range, and I knew that he knew that I was in his range. So like, I could always tell when he's gonna hit back. So I hit him first, and then as you see, he's swinging. So I purposely closed the gap just so he can hit me, because I realized that he's probably gonna S hold, which he does. But I'm like purposely delaying my hit so that way he hits me and I deflect him. Boom, I hit him with the crit so I can stop his momentum because he was holding S. And then as you see, he hits me, but then I jump reset just so I wouldn't take that much KB. As you can see, I'm still in his range, so I just like kind of just finish it with the combo. Again, I'm just gonna simplify it if you didn't understand from the clip that I showed. So if he's putting you in a combo and you guys are 3 blocks and he's consistently, okay, I swear to God, that's a 3. This is a B. I know it looks like Pac-Man, but you know, it's a B. If he's like consistently 3 blocking you, S tapping, and he's like going back, hitting you back again, and he's perfect 3 blocking you, just hold S. Honestly, you're not gonna win the trade because you're never gonna be able to reach him in the first place. But if you're realizing that he's hitting you from like, okay, I should probably erase. So if you realize that he's hitting you from like 2.7, 2.8, 2.6 blocks, then yeah, most definitely try to jump reset. And always remember that you always do have the time to jump reset, because I've seen a lot of people try to jump reset and they think that, you know, it's just you like just spamming space whenever they hit you and stuff. It's really not. It's all about timing, and it also just comes down to experience and stuff. So this is gonna be the last segment, just because the video is like already over 10 minutes. But basically, this is something that my tester told me when I was first going for LT3, and you know, I have a video about it. You know, I even show it. But he essentially tells me to basically change your playstyle or adapt to the other person's playstyle, and I do that a lot. So I don't play the same way I do with like almost everybody. Sometimes I do, but like most of the time I don't. And honestly, this is just an example of one of the playstyles that I use. This is like the main one that I use when I'm going against high tier players. If I'm not going against high tier players, then I probably won't use this playstyle. But as you can see, we have Gofit right here. He is I know it says retired, but he's currently low tier 2. So I won't like say anything during this fight, I'm just gonna let the clip play and just like honestly, you guys can just see what I did and stuff for this fight.
I have a knockback sword for a reason.
Yeah, it's not gonna stop me.
I gotta get back to my base.
Wait, is that a Riptide Trident?
No, hey, you can't use combat. By the rules.
I don't see
Oh,
any
I
admins online.
No, I turned on my narrator! No!
Alright, so this is gonna be like the end of the video, and before this video ends, I just want to say if you guys like the video, like please like and subscribe. I'm always gonna be trying to post better videos, and like I said at the beginning, I do have a very big video planned somewhere in April. But I also just want to say if you guys have like any video ideas, like texture packs and stuff that you want me to do, then most definitely comment it in the description. But just like and subscribe if you like the video, because I do have another video posted probably somewhere next week or somewhere, I don't actually know. There's just gonna be another video coming up soon.